And we have late people, of course, but hello, and welcome to Chaotic Streaming. Here we play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm your DM, Starwind, and I'll be taking some adventures on an adventure through the lands of the Tynac Kingdom. Ugh. Join us as we are joined back with the Huckleberry Corps. We have Fernberg, the Dwarven Druid of many shapes plus one.
Hey,
Yeah.
yay.
We have Bridget, the Dwarven Death Domain Cleric who sees dead people.
Oh, grave domain cleric,
Oh,
actually.
grave. My apologies. I wrote that wrong.
It's a common misconception.
Oh, of course.
I feel like that's a conversation your character would have had before.
Marcus, the half-elf, hex-blading, machine-chiseling warlock.
Hey.
Wow, you're just here today. I put some pizzazz on your title, and you just kind of Never mind. I think I know what this is from. We have Gideon, the halfling barbarian of fluffy rage,
Hello.
and our people who are late today, who will get the late award. Tassir,
Grazer's here.
Oh, well, then let me go to him. Bar, the halfling mastermind rogue who will not fall out of trees from here on out.
You say that.
You have a bow that will save you, Fred.
He can still fall, it just won't hurt as much.
Yeah, free fall at this point. But, and also Tazir, the drow elf shadow sorcerer of everything that goes bump in the night. Last we left off, our corps managed to create and form a company within the Adventure Guild and secure a place to work from. Here, they can receive missives and accept jobs from the board at the top floor. The group ran into an old acquaintance as Ninny was discovered talking to Arya at the inn. There they caught up with Ninny. It's hard to read this sometimes. I miss my laptop. There they caught up, and all Ninny could offer was that they were sent away and reappeared at Pearlands. She came here to set Arya at ease and to get her things before returning to Perinthia, but also offered to assist the crew if they ever had need of her and help in Arya. A presence is felt around Ninny, but nothing more is brought to light as to what. The corp then heads to the rundown building they were given to use as a base of operation through the guild. Here they found a large space to work with, but much repair needed, and cleaning had to be done. The group then set out on a shopping adventure to try and clean things up. Estimates on repairs are made, furniture is ordered, and the base is ready to be situated into whatever the crew decides. While blessing the area, Bridget runs into Fizzer, the kobold who assisted them in the cave. He said that he was looking for them after having a conversation with his clutch. They claimed that some humanoids scared and killed those who were captured by the Manticore. The party manages to convince him it must have been those Dogars. A shady deception from Tazir leads Vizir to thinking that some of this party don't mean well to his kind, and quickly dismisses himself away. Bridget and Fernberg head to the inn to sleep for the night while the rest of the party attempts to sleep at the building after having their beds brought in. Sleep comes and trances as well, and night hours start to turn into twilight. The sound of children can be heard laughing in an echoing, haunting noise as Gideon and Tazir freeze in place. Unable to move for a short moment, they both manage to make their saves and break from the paralysis. An ethereal bleed could be seen outside as the sighting of old ghostly ruins start to envelop the land. The laughter of ghosts still fill the air. Meanwhile, an old shifty dream fills Bridget's dreams as she sees the Raven Queen pointing at her new place where the base is. However, she misses the signal and remains asleep. It was all just a dream. Only to find out that the guys at the house got to see the visage of ghost and ethereal bleed, and she was in a lofty inn. Group manages to tie up some loose ends as a messenger informs them that Tierra Lightmage is going to be showing up at the guild in the afternoon, and that they will want to meet her. Sorry, this is a little long-winded, but anyway. And they want to meet up with her for the grave job that you guys have agreed to take on. They're there at that afternoon. We left off with Tierra meeting the party as they were introduced to her. And let's see here. and they were going to head to your place before heading out that night. Okay, my part's done. Your turn. So, you guys just got done meeting with Tierra, and you're starting to head back to your location. And while I'm about to go take care of a problem I forgot to take care of beforehand, what's the mood? What's the situation? How do you guys feel about this new character you ran into? Hello?
Fernberg's gonna place his hand on Bridget's shoulder. He's gonna lean in. This is really stupid. Can we just buy a couple tents? And stay on the outskirts of the city.
Well, Fernberg, that's a pretty strong opinion to have. Wouldn't that be uncomfortable?
Get some pillows, Bridget. And get some pillows.
That's true. I'm just such a fan of mattresses and stuff, Fernberg, personally.
Yeah, I guess.
So, walking back to your refurbished to be place, you see several workers working on the outside, inside, just fixing up structural damage that was noted earlier in your quote. You could see the, I believe it was a half worker that you talked to, who's managing like a crew of construction workers. They're basically dealing with
the half.
yeah. He's basically playing foreman at the moment, getting everybody situated as they're working in your common room. Let's see here, what else is happening? It is about a little afternoon, like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And you got this young looking mage following you guys around. She's dressed up in gray robes, the silver cord, has a staff that has a glowing gem atop of it. And it seems to resonate different colors depending upon the situation that's going on around her. But, let's see. Anybody have any plans they want to do or talk about or something they want to achieve while we're here heading at your location?
I'm on for the ride.
I wonder if there's going to be Skeletons Day, you guys.
There's probably not gonna be many skeletons, judging from what we saw. Probably a lot of, like, ghost kind of stuff, but not skeletons.
Yeah, but what if there's a skeleton to do?
I don't think there's gonna be a skeleton anywhere, Bridget.
How do you
Guys,
kill
there's
a...
already skeletons here.
Huh?
That's true, Gideon.
There's skeletons in all of us.
The spectre of our decaying forms is always within us.
You guys are all weird.
How do we kill a ghost?
Are the
Magic
ghosts inside
people.
the skeletons?
I mean, if I remember correctly, you have to, like, hit them with magic. Or a magic weapon or something.
Using our combined skills and power, it's possible to sever the connection that a ghost has to this material plane and put them back to rest, Fernberg.
Where's this conversation taking place, by the way?
We're walking along with the mage lady.
Alright, so you're not quite at your stead yet. And she'll just kind of pipe in, yep, that would be the like of it. You know, that's mainly why they sent people out from the Arcana to try to investigate this stuff, since magic seems to be one of their weakness.
Great. This is going to be a great experience.
I think so too.
Bridget, I think it was being, like, sarcastic or something.
Anyway, we should keep moving.
Absolutely. And you make your way and you're having this conversation. You find, like I said, the construction work going on. A lot of people are in the way. I don't know. You could probably get inside to your rooms if you need to, but the main common area is probably pretty busy with work. You see a few humans walking in with lumber and nails, hammers, everything, ladders. There's people walking up to your ceiling, putting new roofing up. This place is getting the whole works. So, looks like your place is under renovation, Tira says as she kind of notices your place.
What, you don't like it?
I did not say such thing. Renovations are much needed, especially when things need improving. Besides, I heard you just got this place, is that correct?
Yeah. Do you like the renovations?
I look forward to seeing what changes you bring to it. It should be very interesting. But that aside, shall we talk about what we're going to do tonight? You guys kind of rummage towards the kitchen area. You could probably have a seat at the table there where they're not working.
Do you have any
Put 'em
experience
away.
dealing with this kind of thing?
Once or twice. Maybe 3. Bit more about demons than ghosts, but it's almost the same thing. Almost. Not quite, though.
They're pretty different.
Well, they're all evil in some aspects. Well, maybe not all evil. Either way, this should be entertaining, nonetheless. And the staff kind of glows a blue hum.
As she talks about that, Tazir like just gets a slightly worried look on his face.
There are a lot of sleeping people in this chat, folks. What's going on with Bar and Gideon, and what are you guys up to?
I'm kind of wondering about the staff, but I'm not really going to say nothing right now.
No, go ahead. This is D&D. You gotta speak up if you want to be heard. If you want to know something, we gotta talk it out. So, is there anything you want to bring up or talk about or do before we go right into the meat of it?
Go, Bar. Say it.
Hello,
Say
folks.
Fine, wait.
Bar, you got something to say? Say it, please.
What? No,
What is
I
it?
don't have
Okay.
anything to say.
Gideon, you got anything going on? I'm just going around the table now. Marcus, you got anything going on?
I'll take a wild stab at something.
Go
No one
ahead.
else is gonna
Yeah,
poke at it.
Yeah, everybody like I don't want it to be a quiet night, guys. Come on.
You talk to a stick like little kobold talk to a weapon.
Little,
Why do that?
you see the kobold talking to a weapon, you say?
Mister, he good guy. He help us fight Manticore. He talked to weapon.
Oh, well, it's not uncommon. Some weapons are sentient. And the staff kind
What?
That include
Sentient.
that?
Sorry, what'd you say, Bar?
So does that include yours?
Well, I don't like to talk about it, however. Yeah, it's partly sentient. At least the gym is.
Does it have a name?
His name was Artemis.
What
So you have
was?
Wait, what?
Was. Or is. I mean, it depends how you look at it. Long time ago, but he was human, just like me. We were together, attacked by demons, and then some demon trapped his soul in that gym. I managed to finish that demon off before he swept him away, and I've been trying to find a way to return him to his body, and just haven't found anything. Been researching it for years, and almost gave
Kind of
in.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
Fernberg kind of spins around a bit clingy and then walks out of the room.
Okay.
That's so sad.
Can't you just get him out by breaking Gem?
No. We can't do it like that. And you see the gym glow bright red light. No, you're not touching me. It's kind of vibrating a little bit too. That would be
I want to
unadvisable.
talk directly to the gym and say, I'm sorry for what the two of you have suffered.
It starts to dull down to a light green. At any rate, we tried many things, and partially that's one reason I became part of the Arcana. But to this day, he just aids me from here on. At least he's still with me. Though I wish that whenever my suffering comes to an end, his will too. But that's
Well,
neither
we're
here.
both doing a lot of good today.
Well, all part of the job for me, but still the same. It's something that does need some researching as well. So, since I have all of your attention here and we're all gathered, you said you, this is me as a DM, kind of backing up a second. Did we start to talk about how you guys saw the ghost before, at the guild hall? I'm trying to remember the conversation, but I can't remember offhand.
As far as Bar saw, he just saw lights coming in. That was it.
Yeah. Alright, so she's just going to kind of word it. So, or no, she'll go like, so have you all ever dealt with ghosts personally? No? Nobody?
I've never dealt with them myself, but I have read a bunch about them.
I don't know what to expect.
I've not seen ghosts before, but I heard screaming from room upstairs and in once.
Oh.
I don't
Well.
think that was a ghost game.
She kind of laughs softly at that. It's like, yeah, I don't know what inn you visited, but I'm sure it was very hospitable. Hospitable. Here we go.
I'm sorry, guys.
That was a good one. So anyway, she just kind of smirks a bit, and the gym starts to glow like a light blue color. And she just kind of continues on. So, as we all know, or as it's known through the mage community, that magic is their weakness, and usually magical weapons are better for physical attacks. So, how equipped is everybody?
I'm
Equipped
pretty
in light.
well equipped.
I have, think I need.
I look around for Fernberg. Fernberg can handle anything.
I think he walked out of the room, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm exploring on my own.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, as you're wandering around, you're noticing construction going on. Like, it's just light construction. A few plyboards getting pulled out of the floor and refurbished. Stuff like that. You see a lot of the furniture.
Gideon no need magic.
Yeah.
I thought you were done with that.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was just going to fill the air if nobody was going to talk. Oh, I know what the problem
What type
is.
of wood are they using? Does it look like regular lumber, or does it look like sort of like refined, pristine?
We've never really punched out the details on that. But I would say it's like a refined type. Like, it's not just plain boards that, you know, they've been repurposed to make sure that they don't weather as quickly and easily. But still a lot of natural wood involved with it.
Okay. I'm making note of that, by the way.
I noticed. So, yeah.
Trumbo's gonna walk back into the room with the group. He's gonna lean on the edge of the doorway. Are we going to do this now? Later?
Can't do
Never.
it now because they're not out yet. It will probably be tonight.
What
In the twilight hours is what I'm reported. That there's been ghostly visages. I take it some of you might have experienced any of that, or no?
We already described
Yeah.
like that to her before.
Yeah, so basically she's just coming back to the situation, just getting more details out of you guys, just to make sure she's more mentally prepared what's coming up. Trying to go further on into this, is there anything you guys need to do in town before we kind of skip towards nightfall?
I can't think of anything personally, unless other people have any ideas.
We're gonna have a rest though, aren't we? So I could like change my spells.
I would technically say you have that option already, since you slept at the inn. Even though you haven't
Alright,
physically,
cool.
yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Need to visit a weaponsmith, but that can wait.
Only if you wanted to wait, because if we skip ahead, it's going to be nighttime and nobody's going to be open.
I'll wait.
Alright, so question to the group. Anything before heading out? How does this group
Nothing for
pass
me.
the time while waiting for nightfall? What's the ideal here to pass the time?
Fernberg's gonna wait at the front with his legs crossed, leaning against the door, waiting to be called in.
I get Talia Light Mage and her staff a cup of tea, and I have a moment of feeling awkward about not pouring the staff a cup of tea. But then I sit and just kind of like make small talk with her.
So you got a cup of tea for her and the staff?
Oh yes, and myself,
So 3 cups at least.
and anyone else who wants to join us.
She there's like a moment where there's like a soft pink glow between her and the staff as she kind of looks towards it and is like, I know you can't drink it, but it's nice of her to offer, right? And it kind of goes back to a dull green color. Artemis thanks you for your hospitality. It's very unconventional for people to offer him anything anymore. Kind of made him feel
Ah, well,
special.
you're a soul as much as anyone else.
And it glows a little bit blue and then back to the green. So yeah, you guys spend time drinking tea, having small talk while the workers continue working. It gets to about 6 or 7, and the work starts dying down. A couple workers were trying to finish up one last project before they called it a night and stayed just a little bit extra. And then finally they cleared out. About 7 o'clock rolls around. Nighttime starting to fall. Anybody, anything.
Is it time to go yet?
Well, we can go scout out the area since it's starting to get dark.
I open the door as I hear that. Let's go.
Let's go. So basically, this graveyard was like a block and a half away from your establishment, off to the back. And I did make a nice looking map, or I didn't make it. I found one. Ignore the tokens, I just brought them along in case that's what we run into. But go ahead and grab your token from your character sheet, like drag your character sheet over and it should put your token. Just go ahead and place yourself anywhere down here.
Very pretty map.
What can I use for a token for her for now? I'll use this here thing. So it gets to about 7:30 at night. You guys are kind of taking in the evening hours. You see fireflies in this. Oh no, wait. Let's see here. It's fall, so it's you won't see fireflies. It'd be kind of a cool, crisp air. The leaves are falling. This graveyard looks pretty desolate, a little run down. There's like very few tombs that have actually been well kept, taken care of. And for the most part, it's just an eerie, quiet sound as you're on the outskirts of town, just kind of looking into this graveyard. They say the events don't usually happen till midnight. I know we're here early, but it's always good to kind of get a lay of the land before anything bad happens. So if you see anything out of the ordinary, let me know, and I'll come over right away and investigate. Otherwise, just kind of watch over me and make sure nothing gets behind me and attacks, because that's pretty much what you're being paid for by the guild. My apologies.
Is that gate locked?
Make an investigation check. It is locked.
Alright, I'm going to open it real quick.
Yep, be my guess. And she kind of stands back and watches you work. With that, you just easily pop the lock to this thing and it comes undone. The iron bars kind of creak open with a loud, eerie noise as you kind of walk into this graveyard at the dark hour.
They'll call you the Iron Bar one day.
Touche. Alright. Tira kind of walks past you and is like, very well, shall we get started?
I'm going to address Gideon and say, can you stick right very close by our mage friend's side to be her bodyguard?
So she has Artemis right there. Is Artemis not strong?
Artemis is a stick, but you've got such a shield and such strength. I feel much better walking off if you're there.
Alright, so pretty much...
Okay.
Go ahead and put a marching order. Like, place yourself as you're about to get ready to go for it.
Is this considered disrespectful, what we're doing right now?
As long as we don't touch any of the graves, we should be fine.
Okay.
I'll put myself up here with.
I'm going to... looking around, do I see anything unusual?
At this time, make a perception check.
And I will activate Detect Magic
Yeah, I'm
and
going
take a
to
gander around as well.
activate Detect Good and Evil.
Alright. And she too will also be doing a detect magic as she kind of lifts her staff up and a burst of energy just ignites out of the staff and it kind of circles the area to the circumference of her detect magic. So, with detect magics going off and detect good and evil, at the moment you don't see any alarming signals as far as good and evil is concerned. The hours, let's see, so we're kind of early still, but no detect magic. Matter of fact though, I take that back, make an investigation check, Tazir, just to see something. There is a very faint glow about 6 feet under. Over there.
Guess I'll tune to the group and say, that grave over there is giving off a faint magical thing. I don't know
And
if that interests you or not.
the school is enchantment.
Seems like it's enchantment magic. I don't know how that would work on something undead though. It's weird.
Going to go over there and put an arrow in the ground, not deep, just where you can tell where it was.
Alright, so you can just kind of mark it with an arrow. Alright.
Is there anything about this grave that's special or different? Like, what's the headstone? Is this an important dude?
Gee, I had no time to think about that.
Well,
Yeah, I keep thinking about everything else, but I don't think about the little things. This headstone here. Justin Willen. It looked like it's a old noble who used to live here in Shandora, but he passed away.
alright, so nothing that would make me think that it was like something special to this dude.
No, nothing special. Like, the ideal that's kind of hinting is maybe they were buried with what they had.
It's possible that he was just buried with a powerful necklace, a warding necklace, to keep him safe in the next life. People do have those kinds of superstitions.
I don't think so. And Tazir looks kind of starts tapping the temple, his right temple, with his index finger. If it was warding, it would be abjuration, right? But it's enchantment, so I don't think that's what it is.
Oh, you're very smart, Tazir.
Oh no, I'm not smart. I'm not smart at all. And he kind of shifts behind Marcus again.
Oh, we can always
just,
see what
like-
it actually is.
I'm just gonna nod towards Bridget, like, yeah, he's smart.
But he's not actually smart.
So what's the ideal here? Tiara's just kind of wandering about. Like, she's letting you guys deal with that situation as if you're investigating it separately from what she's doing.
If it's enchanted, what would be the most likely enchantment to use in a grave? Anyone know? I'm gonna start walking over towards it as well, just in case.
Alright.
Well, enchantment means like it affects like either your mind or it like forces you to like do something sometimes. So maybe it's something like that.
Tiara kind of moves off towards the west a little bit. You can
Could
see
it be used to
Sounds
preserve?
terrible if it is.
So Gideon will be sticking with her because I was asked to quite nicely.
Can we dispel it? Remove this enchantment?
I mean, if it depends if it's in like on like an item, I can dispel it. But if it's like on the grave itself or something, I could,
Shall we
or I
try?
could at least try.
Let's try. I'm gonna move to the other side of the grave.
Alright.
Just out of curiosity, if I look out the gate right now, is anyone like civilians or anything nearby?
There might be a few townsfolk, but none of them seem to be paying any attention.
Okay.
As I begin to head over to the grave, I just whisper to Marcus. Marcus, maybe you should keep an eye on Talia too. Just in case.
Will do. Move down to like
Thank you.
north of her.
Alright. Alright, so you guys are surrounding the grave where he detected the magic?
Yeah, I'm standing next to the headstone.
Alright, so what's the plan? Now, like I said, it's 6 feet under.
We could actually figure out what it is.
Alright, what's the plan to do that?
Nothing. Never mind.
No,
I
keep
don't think
going
I
with that
was
thought.
to suggest grave.
Let's not dig up. So
Yeah, okay, yeah, so second thoughts, okay.
I'm gonna turn to Tazir. Do you have to touch whatever's enchanted to dispel it? How does that work?
Well, no, I just have to be able to see it.
So we have to dig into the grave. Is that
If
what you're
you-
saying?
If you want me to dispel it, yeah. We don't have to if you don't want to.
We might
You
be
can just,
getting
like,
ahead of
ignore it.
ourselves.
Does the woman we're with have any idea? Isn't she supposed to be the expert on this?
Well, she was kind of letting you guys investigate over there while she examined something else. But
She's
you're
more of a
does-
person trying to solve a problem the same way we are.
She doesn't seem very interested in this right now.
Maybe we'll just keep it in mind, and it might be relevant later on.
Okay.
Okay.
all right. So we're not gonna do anything there, right?
Well, it's marked anyway by bar, isn't it? Didn't he put an arrow there?
Yeah, that's where the
Yeah.
arrow is. That
Okay.
blue mark is the
Then
arrow.
we're fine.
All right. So yeah, you guys spend a little time debating about that, and she's been over here just kind of looking over some of the ground and just kind of analyzing stuff. Lost in thought, and seems to be having that silent conversation to herself, as you can see her nodding her head off and on, and then shaking it every now and then. It's like, I see, yeah, that's probably not a bad point. And then she just kind of proceeds a little bit north. So as she moves, feel free to move your tokens if you're kind of keeping up with her. And I will say another hour kind of progresses as she's just investigating and stuff. It gets to about 8:30 now. And this might be the longest patrol you guys ever did since you're waiting for the twilight hours. But she continues to go around. Let's see here. I'll say these here. This here is like 3 mausoleums, I would say, right? So these structures here are mausoleums. I have no idea what that's supposed to be.
Bridget, is it disrespectful to sit on someone's tomb?
In this culture, I think it is. It can be different, though. In others, a druid sitting on your grave could be considered something benefactory.
I'm going to take my chances. And Fernberg kind of like shuffles up on top of this and sits
Okay.
on it.
Alright.
If
Nothing.
if a ghost comes out of it and grabs you, just be careful, okay?
Uh,
If that happens, you should turn into a lion and eat it.
Can lions eat ghosts? Is that something they can do?
I
In
would
Kind of
this
leans in a
world,
whisper to
apparently,
Bridget.
I, as a GM, would love to see that happen. So, continuing on about another hour, she's just casually going over the ground, raising her staff ever so often, just kind of like if she was showing the land off to Artemis, as she's like, I see. You know, just random talks with her, just going back and forth. The night gets to about 10 p.m. The winds start to get a little bit more chillier, and you guys are just kind of there in this frostbitten graveyard. 11
Is
o'clock.
that door locked?
Which door are you looking at? That one? I guess that would be a mausoleum itself, right? Make an investigation. You budge on it. I mean, you don't see a lock. And you try to push on it, however, it does not open. It seems to be sealed shut.
Am I picking up anything new with my detect magic?
It's been over an hour. Are you recasting? Ritual, right?
Yeah, every 10
Alright.
minutes.
Gotcha. Alright.
Not even as a ritual, I just have it for free.
Oh, cheater. Alright. Let's see here. What else can we do? Let's go. There's a magic source of sorts coming from inside this mausoleum.
Any specific school?
Another enchantment.
I'm picking up another enchantment thing coming from that mausoleum. I point over to it.
I walk over to it, and it's 6 feet under again.
This time it's actually like... detect magic. Does it look through stone walls though? I can't remember. Stone is fine, but lead...
Up to a foot of stone.
Yeah, I would say it's only about a foot. So yeah, you're able to detect through this. Just barely.
No, it's not 6 feet under this time. It would be kind of weird if it was inside a mausoleum,
Yeah,
because
that's
things
fair.
aren't like buried in there.
Tiara moves a little
So
further away on her own.
going up to the mausoleum and going into it.
You find the door sealed shut.
I look around for Bar, knowing he's good at stuff.
Bar slowly makes his way over.
I will make my way over and look for the lock.
Alright, go ahead and make another investigation. It's very faint, but you can see like a soft crack line between the stones where it looks like there must have been something that was used to seal it off. You think you might be able to use your thieves tool to kind of pop whatever that is out of place.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try.
You hear a and the doors just kind of loosens, but it still remains shut.
I will push on it.
Make an athletics check.
Natural 20.
Wow! For a halfling, you see this little halfling push up against the door, and the door's just, and there's this death-like air that just kind of escapes. However, it's not anything that's detrimental or constitutional-wise. It's just the scent of, not undead, but just this is a place of dead rest, and you see a casket that's like encrusted in stone. And it too is like sealed up with the heavy top part of the coffin in the middle of the room.
I bow my head to Bar and I say, "That's why they call you the Iron Bar."
People call him the Iron Bar?
So yeah,
I'm
you
going to
walk.
make that still going to.
Do I hear that live play from over here?
Make a perception.
I really hope I do.
You do.
I call him Iron Bar because he was behind Iron Bar.
And apparently he stepped into the thing, ignoring that or whatnot. What are you doing there, Bar?
Seeing as though I pretty much heard that there was something magical in here, and that's the only thing in this room, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just dust, cobwebs, just the awful scent of death. Or decayed, I guess you could say. Not a fresh death or anything.
While
I'm
Bar
going
looks
to-
around, I'm whispering like a little prayer.
I'm gonna be like, guys, it's right there, and point directly at it.
Yeah, you're pointing at like the sarcophagus or coffin, whatever you want to call it there, and it's just this sealed tomb, cement with this thick top, and it looks like just the weight of the top cemented is like holding it completely down.
I'm going to stick my dagger in between the top and bottom and try to raise it up just a little bit, just so I can get a glimpse of whatever's in there.
Make me a perception check. You wedge your dagger in there, and with a little effort, because you got that natural 20 earlier, your strength seems to be out of this world at the moment. You manage to lift the cover up about a half inch, and you glean in there, you see a dead body, arms wrapped around it, and a necklace that's around his neck, but it's like dangling into his corpse.
Well, there's a necklace in here.
Is it newly put there, or is it something that was buried, sealed within?
Are you asking if it basically has bits of dried flesh caked to it?
Yeah, is it like mad gross, or is it nice?
The necklace is nice, but it's in a bad state of where it's at.
So it's old. It's being
Yeah,
buried here.
it's been there a while. Yeah.
All right. This doesn't look like something new in any case.
It could be what's causing this.
About this time, your dagger kind of slips out of the wedge and it reseals.
Tizia, do you think that it could be anything malevolent that we should worry about?
Let's see. Well, and he starts tapping against the side of his head again. If it's enchantment, then it's probably not what's causing this. That would probably be necromancy. But enchantment has been known to be malevolent, so it could be bad, but in that case we should probably leave it where it is. Maybe it could be useful. In that case we should probably take it. He just keeps muttering to himself like that.
It's better not to disturb it if possible. We should leave it there unless, you know, it's something that we need to resolve the problem.
I guess you're right.
Alright, so we'll leave it alone, or?
We're being aware of it, like,
Alright.
before.
Leaving it for now.
Gotcha.
Going to stay in here until they leave.
Okay, so what's the...
I go out to rejoin Light Mage.
I'm going to go around to the other side of it.
Uh-huh.
Pick it out just a little bit by the dagger and try to, get it moved onto the sill.
Alright, so you're gonna try to sleight of hand it out?
I'm going to try to make a gap just big enough to where I can stick my hand down there.
Yeah, so give me a sleight of hand
Not
check.
while it's resting on my dagger, though.
Well, are you trying for the necklace or not?
I'm going to kind of tilt it up, then move it over to the side a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to try to
Yeah,
get the
then I
necklace.
will need a sleight of hand from you so you can see if you get it out there. But I just wanted to check to make sure we're on the same page. You smash your thumb as the top of the sarcophagus slams into you, and you pull your dagger out, and you're like, that shouldn't have done that. You all hear a loud right behind you.
That was a natural one.
Yeah, you kind of let out a yelp as that thing fell on top of your hand. You managed to get your hand out, but...
If I hear that, I guess I'll run back.
So you run back in there, and you see Bar waving his hand around in pain.
Did you try to get the necklace out?
Yes.
Death has a way of protecting its own possessions.
And apparently the dice do too.
Like, behind Bridget, like, since she can't, like, I'm behind Bridget, like, where she can't see me, and I give Ba, like, a small thumbs up.
Encouraging him. Alright. So, yeah, after a few minutes, the pain kind of subsides. You get the feeling in your fingers again, and you're like, that hurt. You know, that's pretty much going through your head right now. What do you want to do?
How bent is this dagger by now?
I mean, it's a dagger. I mean, it's not really been out of shape or anything because the metal is kind of short-ended. I mean, you could flip it over and just use the other side if you think it's too bent. But I would say...
After they leave, I will try one last time.
You're going to try again, alright. So, this time I need you to make a strength check with disadvantage because your hand is sore. And then you can make the sleight of hand again.
Oh, come on. That would be a natural 20.
That's
lose.
fine. Yeah, don't worry. That's enough.
This time, from outside, I'm looking at the, like, aura of magic to see if it moves.
Nothing moves. Or you're looking at him as he's trying to do this, but you're just you're focusing on the magic itself.
You're like, I'm outside and using detect magic to basically like look through the stone to see if the magic aura around the necklace moves
All right.
to signify like he's taking it.
So yeah, make your sleight of hand. You're able to manage to get it back up. And this time, you hear a, but it's not your finger or the thing this time. It's the neck that snapped off as you pull the necklace out. You now have it in hand. You quickly slide your dagger back, let the sarcophagus go back into rest, and not a sound is heard.
I'm putting it in my pocket.
You see the aura kind of shift, and it moves around with Bar. So wherever you see him, you see it.
And as he comes out, I just smirk at him, and then walk next to Bridget.
Probably a good thing she doesn't have a detect magic, huh? Alright, so with that, Tierra's still casually going on. We're gonna go this way now. As she makes her way off to that side. It is now getting to be about 10:30, and she's just slowly investigating the ground, looking at every tomb that she could find, taking in the names, and just kind of having these second, conversation with whoever is in the staff, which we know is Artemis. Moving on from there, she just continues on, unless there's anything else that you guys do to disturb her in her research.
Oh, I'll ask her. Light Mage and Artemis, you two found anything? Made any observations?
We are researching as much as we can here. Like, he's constantly gazing beyond and just trying to figure out what, the soil composition. Is everything, like, are we on unhallowed ground? Or, stuff of that nature. And so far, we haven't picked up on anything yet. But we're keeping optimistic.
No, nor have I.
Well, it's not research for nothing, and as we said before, it's the twilight hours we're looking forward to. I'm sorry to drag you guys out so early, but it's better than staying cramped up in that place while it's being worked on, probably.
I think that it's good to get our bearings here.
Yes, that is exactly what we need to be doing. But do keep an eye out if you hear anything strange, or any kind of ghost, or skeletons, or who knows what. Let me know right away, and then we'll see if we can't deal with it. 11:30 rolls around. Research continues. And about that time, she's kind of back over in this direction. So go ahead and reposition as you kind of move through this graveyard, watching her slowly and meticulously study the area, trying to get her bearing, trying to map out every little detail she can. Wherever you guys are at this point, go ahead and place yourself. 11:45, 11:50, 11:55.
I would be leaning up against the tree, just waiting.
All right, and it gets closer and closer to midnight. As you gaze up into the sky, you can see a full moon high above you. The wind is getting bitterly cold, and then all of a sudden, you all hear this children's laughter starting to fill the air.
That's it.
I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw as you hear the noise.
As I hear the noise, I'm grabbing my bow.
Alright. As you make for the bow, go ahead and make your wisdom save. And I'll roll for Tierra.
Is this for frightening?
It's the same thing that you had happen yesterday. Damn, this is familiar territory. Alright. So, Gideon, Tazir.
So I asked if it was frightening because I get advantage there.
No, it's just paralysis.
It's paralysis.
Yeah, and Bar. As you reach for your bow, Bar, you find your hand on the bow, but then you're stuck. You can't move. You feel cold, and everybody else that fell below 15 feels cold. You even see Tierra lock up, but suddenly her staff kind of glows a soft purple energy, and then all of a sudden she's able to move again. And she looks around and she's like pointing Artemis towards those who are frozen that she can see. So who can she see? Marcus and Okay, Gideon, she points her staff towards you, and you're freed of your paralysis without needing to save. She's unaware of what's going on in this direction, so... Is everybody alright? She asked anybody in the area. Everybody okay? What's going on, guys? Did you hear that?
I'm paralyzed, so I can't talk.
I can't talk.
I'm gonna go take a few feet over here. Seeing that no one's responding, it would seem as though the rest of the party is paralyzed save for Fernberg.
Alright, go ahead and...
I'm gonna turn to Bridget and put my hand on her shoulder and start trying to shake her.
Alright, Bridget, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw to try to break out of it. With his help, I'll give you advantage. She snaps out of it as you shake her free. And you all see Bar over there with his bow halfway in the air, and he's just stuck there in place.
I shake the feeling of cold, chill dread off me, and I run over to Bar. And I try to shake him out of it.
Alright, go ahead and make yours with advantage as you get shaken from this paralysis.
I'm gonna do the same with Tazir.
Alright, Tazir. Bar, you still can't move. You can, as you shake him, you can feel the cold energy just kind of enveloping him. And Tazir saves. And you're broken free and you're able to talk.
Thanks a lot, Marcus.
No issue.
Alright. So...
Stand about here.
Yeah, Tierra's kind of
We should all stay close together. You guys should bunch in with Bar and I, because Bar's still out of it.
Alright, so would you say...
What do you mean he's still out of it?
Tierra will walk up to
Look
Bar.
at him.
No, go ahead. Finish.
I wave my hand in front of his face.
And as Tierra walks over to him, Artemis kind of glows a soft blue purplish light, and it kind of touches over Bar, and Bar, you're able to move again. You feel the dread and the shivers kind of go away. You're welcome. Everybody okay? Anybody
We're
hurt?
fine now, I think.
Two apparitions seem to be floating around in the graveyard. You can barely keep track of them at the moment as they fade in and out, and as it gets to right about midnight, you see a bright visage of ruins, walls that were not there, just bleeding into the area. And you can see Tierra just kind of taking it in, like, ah. And, you know, she's casting Detect Magic again. She's not detecting anything. Neither are you, Tizir. Interesting.
Alright.
And the laughter just kind of continues for a moment. And, let's see here, make sure I grab the right token. You see this apparition appear. Actually make a perception check, everyone. And we'll see who's got the quick peepers on this. Bar has freaked the fuck out. He is watching every direction around him. So is Bernberg. Everybody.
That's performance, damn it.
There
we go.
Yeah, everybody rolled pretty good. As far as a general direction, everybody kind of looks to the north as you hear the laughter getting louder and louder. It doesn't seem to be coming from the apparition that's appeared. However, this woman-like figure kind of floats towards you and just kind of stares emptily towards your direction.
Bridget, do we attack it? Do we not?
I step forward. So it's a woman and we hear children.
Yeah, you hear children like they're running around the graveyard or whatnot, and she's just there in the middle of it.
Can you hear me?
Make a perception check, Bridget, as you walk towards her. You see her fake it face, and you can't make out if she can see you or not.
I turn back to the group and I say, we should probably kill them.
Well, that's it then. I pull out my hand axe and I want to toss it at it straight away.
Alright. Make your attack.
Hold on, so did we just get the order to attack?
Yup.
Am I rolling my hand axe?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll your attack roll. Your hand axe goes flying, but it goes right through her. She kind of looks down for a moment as this hand axe flies through the back of her, and she just looks towards your direction, and then all of a sudden, her disposition changes, and you're definitely aware of now. With that, we'll roll initiative. Let me check the tracker real quick. Alright, go ahead and click your token, roll your initiative.
Just gonna stay behind this tree.
And I will get us on our battle music.
I'll get to flip my shit.
After he throws his hand axe and it flies through, I just say, that wasn't a magical hand axe, was it?
No. I forgot about that.
I did say, did we need to go to town for anything? This was one of those things. Alright. So, Tazir, at the top of the order. You saw the hand axe go through. What do you want to do? Oh.
It's supposed to be Bar.
Oh, well.
Hey.
Where's his... Oh,
yeah, I forgot to click the first time.
Alright. Bar, I'm sorry. You're...
Had it 19.
Yeah, okay, so there you go. You're fine. You're first. What do you want to do? As you see this apparition now turn towards you and start to scream out. Or it looks like she's screaming, but you don't hear anything. You still hear the laughter of children floating through the air.
I'm going to look around toward the laughter, see if I see anything.
Yeah, make a perception check. Yeah, for sure. As you look to your left, you could see a shadow-like figure in this direction. And looking to your right, above the sarcophagus, or that one room over here, you can see one on top. And they're still kind of floating around. They're constantly moving, so they're not stopping. But you can definitely make out that's where the echoes of the children are coming from.
I'm gonna shoot the ghost, not them.
Yeah. Make an attack. As you fire off the arrow, it swifts past her hair-like features.
Alright, I'm going to go around this barrier and attempt to hide as a bonus action.
Alright, so go ahead and make your stealth.
And that's it.
Alright, so next up, Tazir.
Okay, Tazir is gonna pull out his sword hilt as a black blade appears on it once again. He's gonna step up to here, raise it over his head, and slash towards the ghost lady.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll. And this is considered a magic weapon, yes? Of course, it's made out of magic.
Yep, pure magic.
Alright.
16 damage.
We know who she's going after. Alright, so as this psychic energy just blasts her, and you see her apparition kind of dissipate in that location, and now it's quickly swelling back up as she looks in your direction. You can see an angry look on her face, yet it's so silent you can't even hear anything from her. Only thing that keeps radiating is the sound of the echoes of the children dancing around you. Is that
I
it
just
for
say,
your turn?
Bridget! And that's my turn.
Alright, Bridget. As if on cue.
I touch my holy symbol and I cast channel, turn undead, and I say, allow the Raven Queen to usher you back to your rest. And yeah, and so they have to make possibly they have to make a saving throw.
Alright, let me see what we got here. So, CR 1/2 or lower fails its saving throw against your turn. So, Pretty sure she's
Yeah, my
above that.
DC is 16.
Alright, so it's a wisdom? Or what was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Wisdom.
And is this an AoE of whatnot, or?
30 feet.
Within 30 feet.
Alright, so... Wow, that's fucked up. Okay, but she saves. Now let me roll for them. Oh, yeah, measuring stick. One of the apparitions that were a child, you hear a "Ah!" as it disappears. Is that it for your turn?
And then I step up. Oh no, yeah, that's my turn.
Step up? Get in.
I'm gonna measure this before I.
Yeah, just know that one's on top of the building. One off to the right, that is.
Okay. Well, that being the case, I'm going to run up, rage, and swing that pick.
That sounds like a hit. Not enough to kill it, but you definitely put a wounding on her. As your magic pick comes rippling through her form, you feel it catch right there in the rib cage, and it just tears like paper as it goes through her, and then there's this tear that's in her, and it slowly re-evaporates back into her figure, but you can definitely see pain on her face as she stares at you in anger. Anything else for your turn?
I think I'm done.
Are you not gonna attack again?
Well, no, I'm looking at the other stuff, just making sure I didn't forget anything there. I did get that extra attack, and that's gonna hurt.
Oh my. Well, son of a biscuit eater. And with that...
So 29 points of ouch.
Yeah, how do you want to do it? As your pick comes rippling towards her, how do you want that impact to obliterate her?
You've seen the cartoons where someone gets ripped along with something after it hits them? Just sort of that as she slowly dissipates away.
Yeah, you bring it down the middle, starting from her head, rip it all the way down, and there's this tear that's down the middle. All of a sudden, the left side goes up, the right side goes down, and she just kind of fades away as the parts start to separate from each other.
Wait, that thing does 2d10 damage?
That's what Star told me.
Yup.
It's ridiculous.
We gave it to the barbarian.
No, it's 2d8.
That's like literally ridiculous.
Wasn't it supposed to be 2d8s?
You said D10s. I said we can do Ds. You're like, no, keep the 10s.
Yeah,
You don't have a shield with it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that trade.
Because you were trying to make me hittable again.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, you dissipated that ghost. And you hear this kid's laughter. Wow, her turn's null. Didn't get to do what she wanted to do. Let's see how it is. Marcus, what do you want to do?
It's
It's my
Fenberg
turn.
first.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Fernberg. I apologize.
So I'm gonna look up at this creature, ghost, whatever Fernberg assumes it is. I lift my hands up. I am a man of the earth. I go back into the earth, or I'm just gonna walk back like this way. I can't do anything.
So, no attacks this time?
Nah.
Alright, moving on to Marcus.
I'm not gonna say anything. I just generate some purple plasma in my hand and throw forward 2 Eldritch Blasts. The 16 hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright. And 9 does not.
So one Eldritch Blast goes up there and whips this spirit that's kind of wandering around. I don't think I rolled the initiative for these guys. Let me do that. Or did I? No, I don't think I did. Let me put them on there real quick. Alright, they're down at the bottom anyway. Alright, so with that, you feel like you've done some work on him as this, you hear the soft shrill of the kid not laughing anymore. He just, ah! As he takes, how much damage?
8.
Okay, yeah, that second one was the attack. Alright.
And I'm just gonna move up here.
Alright. Bar, are you back? Moving on to Tazir.
Yeah, Tazir flares up his dark blade again. He moves up to here. Tries to strike out at it. 18. 14 damage.
And with that, it saps right through it. You hear the loud shriek of the kid once more, ah! As it dissipates into nothing. For a moment, it's quiet in the graveyard now. But you still see the eerie glow of the runes that are like around, like broken walls that are taller than the fences and whatnot. Different structures all around. And you see Tierra just kind of glancing about, trying to take it all in. So this is an ethereal bleed. Stay on your guard. There might be more.
Joy.
Ethereal bleed. Does Bridget know what that is?
Make a religion. No, it's probably the first time you've heard it.
Light mage. What is an ethereal bleed?
It's when the ethereal plane bleeds into an immortal realm. And it creates this necromantic energy that lures ghosts and brings about undead. And as she says that, you can hear the crumbling of dirt as from the ground you can see several corpse-like bodies crawling up out of the dirt. And all
And I say,
yeah, you see a bunch.
Fernberg, these ones you should be able to fight.
Yeah, you see a bunch of ghouls starting to form. And I mean a bunch of ghouls.
I take out my sickle and I say, the Raven Queen will reap many souls tonight then.
You hear a long, distant caw. Bar, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, you just seen all these ghouls popping out of the dirt. It was your turn whenever Tazir went ahead, took his, and finished off the other ghosts. But now these ghouls are popping up. What do you want to do as you see them crawling out of the ground?
I'm going to shoot that one that's right beside us.
Ping them for me. Alright, go right ahead.
I just made it roll sneak attack every time now.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but that won't be sneak. But you do 9 points of damage as your arrow sinks into his head. He's still moving around. He's still reeling, and he's finally pulling himself out of the ground. Roll their initiative, by the way.
I'm going to hold my bonus action as a help.
I don't think you can do that. You have to use your action
No,
to
I
help.
don't think I can. So I'm going to use my help on Gideon.
Well, help ain't gonna help since you already burned your actual action.
If he's a
No, I
mastermind, he can do it as a bonus
Oh,
action.
really? Okay, so then that threw me off. Alright, good. So that'll give him advantage on the attack as you kind of bait the ghoul to come after you or something to that effect. Alright, so Tazir
Yeah.
earlier, we're to Bridget now.
I am going to run up. Sorry. I'm going to run up to this one up here. I'm going to. Yeah.
Technically, you would not see him yet. So the ones that are in
okay.
the ones that are in
So
there,
he's
they're just
inside?
yeah, they're inside. They're probably stuck inside their sarcophagus, but in case they become an element, I will roll strength checks to see if they get out.
Oh, no problem. Okay, I'm going to run down this way then to get in front of Bar and these guys.
Alright.
And I'm going to swing my sickle around and cast Inflict Wounds at level 1.
Alright, let me get something up here. Alright. And that's a hit. Okay, 13 points, not bad.
And then for my bonus action, I cast Spiritual Weapon, and a scythe appears. My scythe appears behind him, and as I sweep in with my sickle, the scythe swings the other way.
So, like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack. Or did you? Okay, and that's 12.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. And with that, your scythe finishes it off as it splits into two pieces. Both the rotting corpse just falls to the ground. Anything else? Well, I think that's everything, right? Gideon. Still in a rage.
No.
Still in a rage. What do you want to do? As you watch all this ground shake beneath you, and all these ghouls start to reap up.
That ghoul there is off square. Is he diagonal on me right now?
No, that was where I copy paste him onto the board. There you go.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and swing at him.
Alright, go ahead and make that attack roll. You are raging, so that's what?
I
But you're not
got the
doing
help
right.
action with that
Yeah.
one, do I?
Yeah, you had help, so go ahead and roll again.
Yeah, it's.
That one
So-
gets the help, the second one won't.
Who are you?
No, your
attacking?
first one you should get advantage.
Yeah, that's why I did the
Yeah.
second one, because it didn't roll it automatic.
Yeah,
Because it didn't
so
set it up
the
that way.
first one will hit. So go ahead and roll damage, alright.
Are you attacking the one to your right?
He's attacking this one here, right?
Yeah, he doesn't get help on that. That's out of my range.
Oh, well then...
I thought I had to be in your range.
No, the foe that he's trying to lure into it has to be in your range.
Target
in
has
his
a
range.
bonus action of 30 feet if the target of the attack can see.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's-
Okay, so I guess he can still see or hear me. So yeah, you would get help.
Okay, so you just have to be able to see me.
I just
Within
have to
30
be
feet.
within 30 feet of you, and the person you're hitting has to be able to see or hear me.
Okay.
The target of the attack can see or hear you. But that's the one it's telling you. Alright, so ability to help an ally attacking a target as a bonus action within 30 feet if the target of the attack can see or hear you. Yeah, okay, I'll let that go. That's kind of weird wording, but I think it is for an ally that's near you. So go ahead. So 14 will stick. And go ahead and make your second attack.
This one's just straight.
That should hit. And I gotta get off this. And that one just slices down with your attack.
So it's a 32 total.
Yep. As that ghoul falls over dead, or dead again. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm good there.
Alright, Fernberg.
Well, if we've got a barbarian that hits that hard, I don't really need to do anything. I'm gonna turn to this bloke here.
Alright.
I'm slowly gonna lean down to the ground and put my, sink my hands into the soil and cast Entangle. I'm gonna cast it on this dickhead here.
So 20 feet. So it'll get both of these guys. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
And I need to make.
My spot DC is 15.
Alright. Strength. Not bad. Not good. Fail and it's success. Top one fail. Or that one's dead. Never mind. He failed. Never mind. I forgot that one did. Can barely see the red marking. So he's entangled.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright. That it is the children, but they're gone. Marcus. Or actually it would be the
Alright.
ghoul's turn. Go ahead, Marcus. We'll let you go first.
The ghouls can go. It's their turn. It's fine.
Oh, no. They came late to the party. Go ahead. And I'll have the ghouls
Alrighty.
go next.
Alright, I prep my booming blade and run down to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna smash him with my flail. 15.
Let me double check. That will hit.
Alright. 13.
For 13 points of damage. Would you not believe your flail finished it? As you claw that flail into him, he kind of lifts up to the ground, and as the flail comes back down, his corpse lands into the ground and it just shatters. Nice. Moving on from there. Anything else on your turn?
How far did I move?
Oh,
Wait, was that
You figured that out
that
while I
Peter?
see if you're gonna have more company.
I'll just stay where I am, honestly.
Alright, 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. That guy's stuck. Oh, how much movement did I get? 30? Okay. Alright, gonna do a quick measure. Yep, we can get you. We could get you. Alright, do we have... Alright, these guys are pretty plain. Alright, this one here kind of moseys up to you, Bridget. He's going to take a chance and do a claw attack. See if he can hit you with his claws. 17 hit?
My AC is 18.
Nice. So you kind of bring your shield up, bash him away, and his claws kind of fall off to the right. I think that's... Okay, that's all. I gotta see who's alive still. This guy's dead. That guy's dead. Alright. Yeah, that guy moved there, so... Alright, 2 claws for Gideon. 24?
That one will hit
Natural
me. The
20.
16 will miss.
Alright, so natural 20. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
DC 10
Well,
con save.
Yep,
If
good
you
luck.
fail your con save.
There you go.
Okay, good.
I'm about to say.
I've got a +7 mod to con. If I fail a con save, I deserve to fail it.
Yeah, so 11 points of damage as this thing just kind of... Well, no, actually you're in rage, right? So
So
half that. 5. So you take 5 points of slashing damage as it rips its claws across your chest, and you're just grinning at it and bearing it and just yelling in its face. Alright, the field is pretty clear from that point. Nobody else can move. We are back at the top of the order. Bar.
I'm going to shoot the one west of me.
Aiming for the one by Bridget. Alright, go ahead and make the attack. As you pull out the bow, you pull back the string, an arrow slams right into it. Go ahead and roll damage. Sneak attack included. So that's 17. You see it shudder for a moment, kind of moves to the left, and then stands back up. It looking pretty hurt, but it's still moving around.
And I'm going to use bonus for help on Bridget.
Alright, so you see him over there waving around, trying to get the attention of that one that he just fired to give you a help action there. Tazir.
Okay, I'm shooting at the one next to Gideon that's not hit yet.
This one here?
Well, I don't think either of them have been hurt yet.
No, neither one of them has.
This one?
Yeah, they both closed in. That one, there was one next to him that died. I had to move it because I couldn't see the red marking.
Okay, then I guess I'll aim at the one on the bottom then.
Very well.
Critical hit. For 23 damage.
That will do it. Yeah. 1 point over their max health as it falls to the ground to your attack. The Shadow Blade just kind of bursting through its chest and it just shambles to the ground. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. I'm gonna move back so people are around me.
Alright, Gideon.
Alrighty. So I've just got one right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No, I have two.
there you go, you got a friend.
And I'm gonna keep swinging.
Alright, as you make
Make
your... Alright, no, go ahead, I'll let you finish first.
I don't think a 13 hits, does it?
No, or... Well, actually, it might. Yeah, let me double check. These guys, you know, low AC. 12, yeah, go ahead. You hit. These shambling corpses are no match for you guys, but go ahead and make your second attack. He's still alive.
Okay.
Hey, it
Do
hits.
13.
It hits. And with that, I need you to make a perception check now. As he falls to the ground. You see a glinting yellow glow, or golden glow, like light flickering off something.
Where?
Probably on his ring finger.
Okay.
As you watch the corpse fall over. This was the corpse that was found right here. Anything else for your turn, Gideon?
I've moved, I've attacked. I'm good.
No bonus action to throw pets?
The
Alright.
pets don't need to see this.
Oh, okay. Bridget, you are up.
I right my sickle and I spin around to face the corpse that just clawed into my shield.
Alright.
And I take a swinging back at it with my Harvest of the Raven Queen.
Go ahead and make
And
that. Yep, that'll hit.
and then my scythe wait.
Unfortunately, since these
Sorry,
are
how do
undead-
I reposition my spiritual weapon? I could just like
Oh, no, you just tell me where you want it, I move it. You want it right
yeah.
there? Yeah, I don't have it. I can
Yeah,
probably-
yeah.
Can I
Okay.
get you
Sorry, I just had to make sure I could do this.
No,
and
yeah,
then
I'm moving your spiritual weapon. You just have to tell me where it goes. Alright. Yeah, that's it.
and it comes in to follow up my own attack.
If you roll below a 1, it would be incredible. Go ahead and roll
Oh,
your damage.
I think I clicked it like 3 times, so it
No,
might
it's
all come
not.
up.
Yeah, hold on, Mike. You know what? It only had 1 HP. Like I said, if you roll below 1, then something's wrong. So with that, your scythe comes down and slashes through, and another 2 parts of the corpse now hit the ground.
What in the piss just happened there?
I have no idea what that was.
You tried clicking a spiritual weapon, didn't you?
Can I click that? It's asking you for level. That's probably why I didn't go through, Bridget. But it comes to
Oh
Fernberg's
yeah,
turn.
I pressed. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I do that too sometimes. It's all good. Spell casting is weird in this. So Fernberg, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna turn over my shoulder real quick and look like they got it. And I'm gonna slide out my trusty dagger flick it up in the air, catch it by the very tip of the blade, and toss it at this dude since he's entangled.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack with advantage. Yeah, that advantage, wow. So that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. D4? Okay, 4. Alright, nice. It and it's
And then,
sticking out of his head like a unicorn now.
I'm gonna move my big body here.
Alright, so you kind of close in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Ghoul's turn. It will make an attack at you. Let's see where she went. As you get close to him, he'll rip his claws at you at disadvantage. 13 a hit.
Yep.
Go ahead and make that DC save for me, please. Nice. So he rakes its claws at you, taking 5 points of damage as it rips through your armor or robes or leather, whatever you're wearing there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it
that
just
armor.
kind of rakes into your skin. It starts to bleed a little bit, but you're fine. Let's see here. Who else is alive?
I've got one next to me, and then there's the guys
Yeah.
up top.
Let's see what they're going to do. Yeah, he can make it. He cannot. So anywhere in there. Alright. And let me make a strength check to see if this guy's coming out to join the party or not. And finally, spends half his movement to get out and then make a little bit more of his way there. However, I could probably flank you, but I don't think they're that smart. One of them will jump out and try to bite you. 21.
21 hits.
It rips out towards your shoulder blade and takes a chunk, 10 points of piercing damage as its ghoulish teeth kind of bite into your shoulder. The other one will rip its claws towards you as it kind of repositions, giving room to the other guy. 23. DC, do your con save there. And you take 6 more, reduce to 3, and reduce to 5 on the other one since you're raging. And you succeed to save as you kind of rage through it. That's it for the ghouls. Marcus.
Alright. I'm gonna just tighten my grip on my flail and call the moisture in the air onto my body and cast Armor and Agathis.
Alright.
Let's press that here. So I've got 15 temporary hit points. Oh. And then I'm just gonna move. Yeah. That's it.
Alright. Back to the top of the round. Bar, you're up.
Dynamic a perception check on the one to the northwest.
Yeah, make a perception. We'll see if you see him. Like, he didn't really make much noise getting it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, you don't know he's there. Basically, you see Gideon over here with 2, though. This one here, you don't quite have a bead on yet. He's still kind of behind some structures, but you can definitely see this one.
Well, there's only one over here and 2 over there, so
Yeah.
I'm going to help out over there now.
Yeah.
Then I will shoot the one north of Gideon.
So you reposition, pull out the bow, pull back the string. Ooh, which one do you want, top or bottom?
The top.
Let me double check something. Okay, yeah. It and it tumbles over with the arrow shooting it in the head. Does a few loop-de-loops and then crashes to the ground, breaking in half as it dies to your arrow attack of doom. Anything else for your turn?
Going to use my bonus to kind of I'll use it as a help action for Gideon.
Alright, Gideon, you have a help action on you now. Tazir.
Tazir's gonna flare up his black blade again. He's gonna take one step forward and shoot at this guy to the northwest.
Alright, go ahead and make that attack roll.
17.
That will hit as the psychic blade rips through the air, doing 10 points of damage. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna move down between Bar and Talia.
Alright, so that damage it took kind of pushes it back for a moment, but it kind of reaps back up and starts shambling towards your direction once again. As you reposition to kind of get away from the situation, it comes down to Gideon again.
Well, I've got one next to me.
Yeah, go ahead and take a swing. That's a hit. That's a dead ghoul. As you shatter its bones in one swing.
And then would you like me to make perception to see if I caught the one to the north?
Yeah, because he's kind of hidden behind this tomb. No, you don't see him either. It's not even that hard of a DC, but all the same. Alright, so you're kind of left there looking for something to hit. You see Marcus up here, he's hittable.
Don't tempt me. But if there's nothing else around, I'll move back to
Yeah, go ahead and reposition where you
like
want to go.
guard Talia there.
Tiara. Alright.
I thought you said it was Talia. My bad.
No, they keep calling it Talia. I'm like, I'm not even bothered correcting, but it's Tiara. Tiara Light Mage. But, Bridget, it is your turn.
I step up and I swing with my skill.
Alright, go ahead and
Into
roll
this
with
guy.
advantage. Alright, 14 should hit. Let me double check. Yeah, that's a hit. 4 points of damage. Wow.
And then I bring my spiritual weapon.
And your
into him
spiritual
as well.
weapon float down. And dealing 10 more points of damage. This is like a mean little combo you got going. However, this one manages to survive, barely. As it kind of gets raked by the scythe, it kind of moves to the right, almost about ready to fall apart. And then it rights itself back up and just kind of as it comes towards you. Anything else for you?
As it like collapses a little bit to the side, I catch eyes with Bernberg and I smile and I say, life and death. And that's my turn.
And now it's Fernberg's.
I'm gonna smile at Bridget and grab this goob. Like I'm gonna grab onto like his face, put my palm into one of his eye sockets.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna poison spray into his face. Just for the damage.
DC 11, which it'll probably fail.
Why is it DC 11? It should be DC 15.
Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't adjusted.
Is it going off your wisdom on your save throws?
Yeah, I'm checking now.
Either way, it rolled a 16. So I take it nothing happened?
Correct.
Are these ghouls?
Actually, you know what? These are ghouls. Even if you did hit it, it would be looking at you like nothing happened.
Yeah, they're immune. I'm just rolling for the damage.
Yeah, so as you spray it with poison spray, it just kind of and just grunts and still alive. And that ghoul, seeing as you try to poke its eyes out, gonna go ahead and try to rake you again. 13.
It's a hit.
We gotta get you some armor, friend. 7 points of damage. Roll DC con. Good for you. So 7 points of damage as it rakes out after you try to poke its eyes. Marcus. Are you there, Paul? Not hearing anything.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted.
Yeah, that's why I said
So
that.
I'm not aware of that dude, right?
Yeah, he's hidden behind that thing there. You can make a perception to see if you can catch a glance of him.
Alright, I'm also rolling perception for this.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see how
Sitting
good.
with open. It's probably going to be real bad, but Yeah, I did
Yeah,
it.
wow. Welcome to the low perception club. All right, so
In
you
that
don't.
case-
Yeah, you don't see any immediate threats.
I'm just coming back here.
All right.
And then on this guy over here. Wait, do we see this dude?
As you move over there, yeah, you can probably see him now.
Alright, I'm just gonna. Oh, in that case, I'll just. Yeah. So I was here. Yep. Going all over the place. Alright, I'm just gonna move on this side of her. And then just spam 2 Eldritch Blasts up in that direction. 14 and a 23.
That will hit.
Alright, 12.
Alright, what's the total damage? I'll kind of bouncing around
No,
looking
it's
up
12.
something. 12? Alright. Wow, that's exactly what you needed. So 2 blasts of Eldritch energy flies off. Flow, flow! Or however sound effects you want. Not on a budget here. And it just slams into the goal. He kind of takes a rake back on the left arm and he kind of bounces back and then he kind of comes forward again. The second one impacts him dead center in the stomach and it just shatters and busts down and parts of him just kind of chunks to the ground. He is no longer alive. And that'll end your turn.
Yep.
I need passive perception. Who has the highest? Or what are we looking at? Because I was starting to go through.
Did the ghouls not go?
No,
I was 17.
My passive is 15.
15, let's see, 13.
Yeah, 13.
Everybody else is 13. 15 on Bridget. Bridget, you hear a faint, ghostly sound, and you can make out the words Abigail, Jealous, or Crystal. Yeah.
I repeat, Abigail under my breath.
Abigail and Crystal. Alright. Sorry, had to make a note because coming up with some names on the fly, but it is story relative. Alright. But moving on, it is Bar's turn. As we're back to the top of the round. Or wait.
Going,
Yeah, the ghouls went before you, Marcus. That one did not.
So the ghoul stayed put?
He's staring at that tombstone rather interestingly. Yeah. Yeah, he stayed put. Go ahead, Bar.
I'm just going to shoot a quick one over to that one right there.
Alright, go ahead and make that attack. That'll do it. And with that, an arrow soars through and stabs it in the head. However, from Vernberg's perspective, he saw the claws rake across him, and then all of a sudden he just fell over dead. But that's the end of that one. You know that scene, or in most cases, where there's this one zombie that's just constantly bumping into a wall, or he doesn't know where to go, and he's just kind of stuck? Or like how you get stuck in a wall and you just can't move? You know, that's what this guy's suffering from right now. Everybody could kind of hear a loud boom every now and then. Donk. Yeah, the pathing is super bugged.
Pathing bugged.
Yeah, it's one of those problems. He's like, he can't find his way towards you. But however, everybody make a active perception.
Hey!
Nice.
Oh!
Nice!
Wow.
Marcus and Tazir.
You two belong together. So, Bridget, you want to make an active one with advantage since you heard the cries? Alright, good. And with this, Gideon, you look dead north and you see a white silhouette figure floating through the air, and you hear the words Abigail, Crystal, as if she's looking for something. You can see her body shift to and from. And same for you, Bridget. You can actually make out the location of where that creature is as you see a soft glowing light up to the north part of the cemetery. As I said before, you still see like the ruins kind of enveloping around the area. Tazir, it is, or yeah, Bar went. Tazir, we're up to you now.
Okay, Tazir's gonna move to the opposite side of
Tiara.
where
Tiara.
Marcus is, and yeah, Tiara.
That's her name.
I'm never gonna remember that.
I know. I don't expect you to.
I'm gonna flare
But
up my back blade,
Alright.
and I'm gonna prepare an attack for if anything comes within 20 feet.
Alright. Gideon. You're
So I've
muted?
seen this
Oh, there you go.
ghostly thingy.
Yeah, you see it, you hear it, you're looking dead at it. Matter of fact, let me check something while you take a gaze. Make sure there's nothing dirty.
Nothing dirty.
Yeah. Alright, how close are you to her? Measure that for me real quick.
45.
Need you to make a DC Wisdom saving throw. You are now frightened. Target can.
I get advantage
Okay.
on frightening.
Alright, go ahead and reroll. That is the save. So you manage. You start to feel this fear welling up inside you, but you're like, I'm raging, bitch. I don't know what the hell you're thinking you're doing, trying to scare me. And you just rage out of it as you look at her. So yeah, you don't get frightened. You see her, and she.
It's not the rage thing.
Well, flavor it however you will. I was just saying. Or your horrifying visage. Or wait, that's her. Brave. Your halfling trait. Okay. But your heritage saves you. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the rage being the factor, but it's okay. Whichever you wish. So yeah, you see this silhouette figure trying to scare you, but she wasn't doing it directly. She looks like she's looking for something. But since you were able to see her right off the bat, you know, you felt that effect try to come over you, but now you're free of it. So what do you want to do?
Alright. So at which point would I become aware of this ghoul on my path if I'm heading straight towards her? Because there's a midway point here.
Oh yeah, you'd see him by there. You kind of get up there and you look to your right and you're like, okay, that's different. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to spare him from his pathing bugs.
All right, go ahead and reset him.
Just a quick tap, you know, reset the
Take that off.
Set the system.
Double check. Yeah, that's a hit. Go ahead and reset that bug. No, he's still bugging out, dude. I want to hit him again. Yeah, that one looks like it does it. So with that, how do you want to do that one?
I mean, it was just some taps to try to reset him, and
Yeah,
I guess he fell apart. Shoddy
Yeah,
construction.
You kind of tap his shoulder, then you tap it again, and he just unable to move. His pathing has been fixed. Miracles have been done today. Anything else for your turn?
And then I still have movement.
All right,
So I will end up here.
Yeah, and you are immune to her horrifying visage for 24 hours. Alright, Bridget. You saw Gideon run up north, and you're aware of the silhouette figure out there yelling for Abigail and Crystal.
So I'm going to go up my full movement, which is 25 feet. And so I jingle along up here.
Chung, chung, ching, chink. Alright.
And I'm going to, the second that I feel like the feeling of like fear come over me, I'm going to cast Bless over on myself, on Gideon, and on Marcus.
And what spell slot you using? Just a regular?
Yeah, just regular.
Okay, so you can add a d4 to your save. So go ahead and roll me a Wisdom saving throw. DC 13. As you look towards her and cast Bless. And
then I'm going to.
Yeah, that'll save.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to bring my spiritual weapon up, and
See if I-
it vanishes from next to Fernberg, and it reappears behind her, and it takes a swing at her.
Actually, it can only move 20 feet per round.
Oh, okay. It moves 20 feet, coming along really slowly and kind of awkwardly.
Yeah, it's just.
Sorry, thank you for remembering that. I find
Yeah.
it really hard to remember spiritual weapon stuff.
Yeah, it's
but
weird, but
I'll
I've-
get better at it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I just happen to remember it because it was used an awful lot in some of the stuff I watched. But you're good. All right.
No,
so,
thank you. Okay, and that's my turn.
All right. So looks like we're going to be aggressive against this one too. Bernberg, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna run my hands over my armor and sort of dust it off and look
What
that I'm
armor?
bleeding a little. I'm gonna walk up to the side of Tazir and lean in towards him. This is a little out of my area. I'm just going to stand here. I'm gonna fold my arms against my chest and sort of observe.
I'm here now. All right. So, Fernberg,
Okay.
Marcus, you just saw Fernberg waltz over there next to Tazir. What do you want to do? As you watch Bridget
Alright.
and Gideon go up north.
I'm gonna action dash. Just jolt on up here.
Make a DC wisdom
And-
saving throw for me, please. Because you might not be dashing on the
Okay.
way up there.
Oh,
And then you have a D4.
I already put it on.
You're so... Whoa, that's so clever.
Yeah, too bad you still failed. Yeah, so with that, as you get
Where am
within... Let's see here. Put yourself back where you were.
You started there.
I would say right by Bridget. You get close enough for her to be in your view. And that's when you feel this sudden fear overtake you as you look towards the ghostly visage that is before you. A frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn with disadvantage. If it's in line of sight, which it is at the moment. So you kind of waltz up there and you had every intention to dash all the way up, but you kind of stop yourself as you're kind of locked in a frightened state right now. So you cannot move any closer to her.
Okay.
And Bridget, you look to your left and you see Marcus just kind of stuck there as if he gazed upon what was there and he just kind of froze. You could still do an action from here though.
I guess I'll just bonus act. Oh no, I'll just fling 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. Why not? Wait, am I allowed to attack it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have
It'll be
disadvantage.
it'll be at disadvantage though. Until you break out of it.
So
Frightened creature
Still a
has
20.
disadvantage on ability checks, yeah. Honestly, I would prefer it if you roll the d4 separate. But, yeah, that's 20. Go ahead and roll your...
well, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just like to see the information separated. Yeah, DC, yeah. 7 points of damage as it feels this force of energy from your Eldritch Blast.
Alright, and then I'm gonna fire another. Then I'll turn it off so it's easy for you. Wherever it is.
You can turn it
see.
on and off. Oh yeah, there's like a global bless, isn't there? All right, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
You can keep using it. I don't care.
Did
But,
a 15 hit?
Yeah, 15 will hit. Go ahead and do damage.
Alright.
As your Eldritch Blast beats into her, you can hear her scream out, "No! No, no, no!" As she kind of turns towards your direction, gazing towards everybody in that row. I need to put her on the freaking order. No wonder my monsters are getting killed. For the fairness of this turn order, we're going to go ahead and let the Banshee go, and then we'll go back to the top of the round. So, let's see. Fly 40. Let's see. Just double checking something here real quick. Yeah, I'll do that. So let me see how far she can get to you. Yeah, she can get anywhere in there. You see this white silhouette figure float all the way past you and go just right there at the edge of your peripheral, Bridget. Not within any reaction. Actually, Gideon, she floats through you. If you want to do an attack of an opportunity as she kind of floats out of your range, you could probably do that.
I would.
Yeah, go ahead and...
Because she tried scaring me.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll do some damage to her as she kind of ripples past you and kind of ignores you. And she gets into this spot. And she just lets out this loud, mournful wail. All creatures within 30 feet of her that can hear, which should probably be a good number of you. Yeah, that's everybody. Tassir fails. On a failure, a creature drops to 0 hit points. Wait, what? On a success, the creature takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Tazir drops to the ground.
Yeah, dang. I didn't even read that. These things are no joke. So yeah, this Banshee whispers all the way past Gideon. He gets a hit off. She floats right into the perfect position, and then you see her reach
Pretty just stole my thunder.
Yeah, she reaches back and she just lets out this loud, enormous wail, and all of a sudden Tassir hears it and he just kind of shatters to the sound and falls over, now looking like he's dead. Everybody else takes 10 points of damage as you kind of cover your ears and you're hearing this wail trying to beat you down to death. And you can keep hearing her say, "Crystal, Abigail!" as she's trying to reach through this wailing horde that she's created. With that, let me redo the turn order. Bar, you just got done hearing this loud wail that just pretty much put everybody in a bad situation. What would you like to do? And I need to roll a d20 for Tierra while you tell me what you want to do. Okay, she's good.
Well, I wasn't going to pay any attention to her until now.
Yeah, she's got everybody. She's got everybody's attention because somebody attacked her.
Shit, doesn't everyone new have to make the horrifying visage save now?
Anybody that could see her, yeah. So let me go ahead and get, before we go into that, because you might have disadvantage. So DC 13 Wisdom save if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, you got the same thing as Gideon, right? So go ahead and do yours with advantage.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't help. You're frightened.
Oh no.
Disadvantage on your attack rolls. Fernberg, go ahead and roll your DC Wisdom save, please. And yeah, you're the only one. Oh wow. You are both frightened.
He rolled a 1 and still rolled just as good as Bar, just throwing that out.
Well, they are wise, but yeah, that one does not help. So, yeah, you're both stricken with fear, so you cannot move any closer to her. You have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
I'm going to just really quickly try to shoot her.
Right, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Does not hit, I'm assuming.
11 will miss as it flies past her, and you kind of see her turn her gaze towards
And I'm
you, and
going
her
to hide
eyes
behind
just...
that tombstone.
Yeah, she's watching you to do it, but go ahead and make your stealth check to see if you can kind of get out of her visage. And like that, your halfling
That would be
slash just kind of...
disadvantage too, wouldn't it?
No, and just attack rolls, I believe it says. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks too. Yeah, disadvantage. So yeah, you're kind of shaking there, and your arms are like showing off to the side as you're frightened from her visit. She kind of looks in your direction, but you don't see her anymore. You're like, if I don't see you, you can't hurt me. Tazir, I do believe we have a death save to make. Ooh, that is a failure, friend. Go ahead and mark that on the fail. Bridget.
I just heard someone cackle in the background there.
I wonder if I have... Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to I bring my shield around and I say, "Return to the grave, mother. There's no children in death." And I cast Path to the Grave. So the next attack that hits her does double damage. And then with my pinky finger, I wriggle it at Tazir, and I cast Healing Word.
With your pinky finger. And what is your healing word do?
Oh, and it does max damage. Not max damage. I don't want to kill him.
Yeah,
It does
so
max healing.
you take 2 more death saves, and Tazir is dead. She meant to cast healing word, but she cast inflict wounds instead. No, you're fine. So 4
Tazir's
HP.
eye shoots open, glowing red, and then smoke starts billowing out of like all the holes under his clothes.
All right, and that will end Bridget's turn. Right? Bridget?
Oh yes,
Okay.
yes.
Gideon.
It's time for some constructive Gideism.
How would you like to construct this pylon?
I will be using Reckless Attack because she can scream louder than me. That's not okay.
She can only do it once a day, unfortunately.
I mean, you can throw me con saves all day. I'll do pretty well.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll as you kind of swing over there and drop the... Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage points for that one, and take another swing whenever
And
you're ready.
you've got a D4 as well to add to it.
The damage? I'm pretty sure it's just attack
Ye-
support.
Yeah, oh, it's just the attack roll. You're right.
All right,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead with your second attack, and I'll let you know if it missed to add it. No, I ain't. That's it. She is like you're tearing through her, and just like the ghost you shot through earlier with the pickaxe. You're
Yeah, the first one's doubled, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it's
the first
total
one
of
is
40.
huh?
Because of Path to the Grave, it gives vulnerability to the first attack that hits.
Oh boy. Well, in that case, how about you tell me how you want to do this?
Oh shit! Okay. See, I'll be bellowing at the top of my lungs, swinging this pick.
Yeah, and this pick just pierces right through her. You tear through her just like you did the ghost, and she just kind of rips apart as a vulnerability aura just kind of ripples from the channel divinity that was placed on her, and she just shrieks out in horror, and all you hear are the last words, "Crystal, Abigail, no." And she fades from existence, clearing the entire area of any other undead that you can see.
I'm gonna lean down and try and pick Tazir up onto his feet,
Alright.
if allowed, of course.
Yeah,
As you reach down, he kind of lashes his hand out at you to hit like your hand away,
Mm-hmm.
and like with his glowing red eyes, he looks at you, and you just hear him say like, as the
Marcus
smoke
feels
starts
the,
to cling to his body.
Marcus feels the scar on his torso begin to like.
Source of your fear has left you, so you guys are now free of your fear.
And as Tazir stands up,
these huge black wings comes out of his back as he jumps up into the air and just flies off into the night.
What? What just...
Hey, where's your friend going?
I look around at Marcus.
I kind of clutch my chest a bit. Sissy has certain issues, I suppose, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He's not injured?
If anybody can survive anything, it is Sissy.
I'm not entirely reassured, but I had things I had to do, and so I grabbed my holy symbol and like, kind of like a bit distracted, I want to walk and like do a prayer, and I try and keep my mind on what needs to be done right now.
Alright, make a religion check for me. Alright, you make your prayer. Everything seems at ease. However, you all still see these ghostly ruins just appearing and disappearing off and on. But you guys are now...
I look at
Yeah, go ahead.
Kiara immediately. Why didn't you help us?
I was standing by. I was analyzing everything that was around me.
Sorry, I didn't think that really answers my question.
I'm afraid I have no answer. I was hired bodyguards. That was your job. Thank you for doing your job.
Right. Some staff.
You see it glow
I turned to Bridget.
red color.
This is insane, Bridget.
I look around at the planes that are linking in and out, and do I know anything like a way to resolve this?
Make another religion check. Nothing comes to mind. It's a strange phenomenon, and just like earlier, this is the first time you ever heard of an ethereal bleed. And you see Tierra just constantly, like, soothing the staff and it's saying, return to work, we must keep up the visage. And they go back to kind of concentrating on the glowing effects that are happening around you.
This is beyond what I've been trained to deal with. I look at Fernberg and I say, Fernberg, is this something that the natural world can put right?
I've never seen magic like this. I've never come across, and I walk over to this school and I like start kicking it a little bit. I've never come across stuff like this.
Gideon, make a...
This is beyond unnatural.
I walk over to him and not in a very scolding way, but like, we shouldn't do that. Now that they're at rest, we have to pay their bodies respect.
Before you get over there though, but Gideon, what did you want to do?
You said I saw something on one of these guys.
Yeah, I saw your message there. I was trying to get to it. Do you want to pick it up?
I didn't remember which one of these guys it was.
You're
was it this
standing
one?
next to him.
I
Yeah,
think.
that one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, what is the shiny?
It's a ring, and it's on his forefinger on the left hand.
Would I recognize this as a wedding band or anything, or is it?
Well, it's on his forefinger, so no.
Well, it depends which way you count fourth from.
Four, F-O-R-E. Pointer.
Four
The
finger. I thought you
pointer.
said fourth.
The no, four. Yeah, forefinger. Sorry. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So, what do you want to do? As Bridget and Fernberger kind of talking behind you.
Is this the thing we found earlier?
And turn my like gaze to his attention. Yes.
They'll be holding the ring up.
Oh, you picked it up? Make a... No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, you took it off
I
the
figured
floor.
it'd be. I figured it'd be better to, take the ring off him and just raise his hand in the air because obviously we found the ghoul. I'm not that stupid.
No, and yeah, you have a ring in your hand. It's like a golden band with runes going around it.
Gideon put the ring back on the. Bridget, what do I call them?
The body.
Put it back on the body, Gideon.
But we were looking for this, weren't we?
No,
I think
Gideon.
that's the what Tazia detected before, but it's hard to say. But just like the necklace, it belongs to the dead. You should leave it with them.
Sorry, I'm typing here. But go ahead. Sorry for the.
I figured that was all there was to say about it.
So, are you gonna put it back on the body?
Is the finger gonna hold up?
Well,
Like-
I mean, it's a broken corpse. I mean,
That's fine.
okay.
The
I'll
finger
tell you
gonna-
what. No. Tell me if you're gonna put it back on there. We'll go through this. I mean, it looks like it will. And as you
Yeah,
go
the
to put,
finger's not gonna get destroyed as I try to put it back on.
well, as you try to wiggle it back on there, I mean, it goes on there, and then the weight of it just pressing down again on that location just kind of, and it breaks that finger completely at the bone, near the fourth part of the fore part of it, right at the knuckle. The knuckle breaks off. But you put it back on.
Does he have a pocket of some kind? Like, are his clothes completely fucked, or?
Oh, his clothes are completely shredded since you guys use pickaxes and everything else against these things. I would think.
I mean, like a
Okay,
pocket on his shirt.
You find a pocket on his shirt. You want to go ahead and put it there?
I'm gonna tuck the finger with the ring on the end of it into the pocket.
All right.
Sort of pat it.
And as you do so, it. As far as you know, it's in the pocket.
As far as I know, it's in the pocket. I just picked it up and put it in there.
Yeah. Alright, anything else you want to do?
Not right now, no.
I think at best, Gideon. If creatures are awakening, best not to take anything from them.
Gideon.
I will help put these bodies back in their graves.
Is that what we're doing, Bridget?
We need to make sure that they're not going to climb back out of them first.
Going to go to that body that Gideon had, and kind of stick a dagger in the head, make absolutely sure, and then put it back into its grave.
Alright. Do that. Anything else from anybody else?
Gonna step down here, lean down, and as I lean closer to the hilt, the tattered hilt of Tazir's broken sword, my chest kind of still just in pain. I lean down, pick it up, and just tuck it into my waist.
Okay.
Just take a step back.
Alright, Bar, you're good. The corpses are returned as far as you know. Putting them back takes a little bit of time if you go through each and every one of them. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we move forward from here?
Just so we can tell whose bits belong to who, because I'm sure a few of these guys went to pieces, as it were, considering the finger.
Yeah, that poor finger fell off. Anything else for the bodies? With that, Tiara kind of finishes her scan. The hour gets nigh, and she says, I think that's enough. I have information. I'll return to the Arcana in the morning. But for now, I think that's all we can do here. We put to rest whatever spirits escaped from the ethereal bleed. I don't
Would
think
you
they
mind not saying we? As a collective, the Huckleberry Corps can say we. You stood there.
Artemis? Very well. I'll repeat it to him. You? The staff kind of billows, and you hear another voice echo out towards you. You were hired to keep her safe. If you let harm come to this girl, I will seek you out myself. Do your job that you were hired for. And then it fades, and she's like, forgive him. He's very protective.
Artemis, there's no need to be so stern.
Maybe if you were more confident, you wouldn't be stuck in a gem.
He doesn't do that.
Tiara turns her heels and dismisses you and walks away. The staff is glowing angrily red. She leaves the graveyard. She is no longer any concern of yours or hers.
I put my fist to my mouth and I look at Fernberg with big eyes and I don't say anything.
What?
Oh, sorry.
I look away.
Sorry for all the typing. Just decided I need to inform something. But go ahead. What else are we doing?
We've lost a member, Bridget. We may be
Steve.
hired, but that was just unfair.
Bar, you heard this conversation. Gideon, you heard this conversation. Marcus, you heard this conversation. These two just had this argument.
Marcus
I'm
is gonna
sure-
go find his friend. So
Alright.
he's leaving. Just silently.
Oh, Marcus, you're going to find Azir? I see you like walking away.
Yes. He is my only friend after all. And then I just walk off.
Should we come with you?
I think I can handle it by myself. He may prefer it just be me who finds him. I'm not sure if he'll act up if he sees anybody else. You saw how he got just now.
Okay.
I bid you adieu, and then I'm just gonna leave the scene.
Going
Tend
to
to
follow.
Was I?
Alright, so Bar is following you. Are you doing it quietly or?
Oh, you can tag along if you want. I don't mind.
Roll a perception check, Marcus.
Oh,
And you need
yeah.
to switch that to public now. Yeah, you don't see anybody following you.
Alrighty.
So as far as you
Was
know,
I-
you're on your own.
A bit too honest there, Bridget.
Not too honest, Fernberg, but maybe a bit uncharitable. She was analysing what had to be done. Maybe when she gets back to the Arcana, she's going to use the information that she gained to resolve this, because this is beyond what we know.
Kind of like Fernbird lowers his head, sort of runs his hand across like his head, like his bald head.
Alright.
Uh,
What's Gideon doing?
sorry, Bridget.
There's no need to be sorry to me, Fernberg. I just worry about you.
Gideon,
I mean, if
yeah.
we're all going random directions at this point,
Yeah, you turn around, you look, you don't see Bar anywhere. Make a perception check real quick, though.
something I've been historically not the best at.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, it's still rolling
is
that.
one of those times where Bar just kind of slipped off. You don't know where he went.
I guess I'll just go back home
Alright, so
and start making my way. Because we're like, what, a block or two?
yeah, you're only like a block and a half away from where your company is.
I guess I'll go with Gideon back to the house.
And
I'll say maybe we should go stay in an inn because, you know, our house is still in the ethereal bleed zone.
as you say that, the ethereal bleed that was happening, the hour passed, and it fades away. It was like if nothing had happened. But the corpses are still kind of scattered halfway over their graves, or pushed in, or however that was.
It's more comfy at the inn than our house.
Okay, Bridget.
What do you think, Gideon?
Gideon's room next to Bar, and Bar's not here.
You don't know where he went?
No,
Is that bad?
no, he'd do this from time to time.
Fernbeck's face looks like a little shocked as he like looks around for Bar.
Yeah,
He's not.
He's not there. Like, you start searching for him, and it's just too late. You can't
He-
even get a beat of where he was.
He didn't fall into one of the graves, did he? We're not going to have to pull him out.
He would have said something if he fell.
Like,
He does follow a lot, though.
Well, you can stay with us in the meantime, Gideon.
We're not going to
Right
house.
left.
All right.
It's nicer at the inn, but so long as Bar won't get worried if you're not where he can find you.
Bar's smart. Bar might know
That's
I'm with
true.
you.
That's true. He is very smart and strong.
He was
No.
especially
Alright.
strong today. So with that, you guys kind of resolve where you're going. So you three are going to the inn. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Sounds like.
Okay, just
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get positioning here to see who camera goes to. Tazir, do you want to give us an idea of what's going on with you right now?
Tazir would have like just flown towards the town, and like after a little while, he feels himself calm back down a bit as he lands and like just like sits in a random alleyway and just starts sobbing.
Alright. You find yourself in an alleyway between one of the shops. You look to the left and you can see the eye emblem that you and Marcus sketched in their Sprigget's shop. And that's where you are. Marcus and Bar in tow, but in the shadows. What are you doing, Marcus?
Just looking around the direction he flew. If that was like the way to town, then I'm just looking around town.
Yeah, make a perception check. DC's kind of low. You kind of know your friend. Or, well, I'll give you advantage. And then you'll roll double one.
Oh, I got a 10 plus off. My bad.
Yeah. With the advantage. Well, yeah. Roll it
Still
again.
not good.
No, roll it again. Turn that crap off.
All right.
Give you a free reroll.
I
There you-
did. I didn't turn it off on fucking. I did turn it off though.
He went to town. Uncheck
Alright.
mark the bless. I think it's a check mark now on the
Did
on
I?
the main page, isn't it?
That
See, I don't look at character sheets that often, so I don't know.
you had guidance checked for some reason.
Oh, I had guidance checked. Oops.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's guidance.
Why would they give you perception bonus? Oh, ability check still. All right, go.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. man. You
alright.
want to do another clean roll so we can be sure?
Sure.
I mean, if you're ready, go for it. With advantage.
There we
That's
go.
enough. Yeah, you saw him fly towards town.
I thought we were sort of in town, though, like on the
Well,
outskirts.
like, you're on the outskirts, and he flew in the direction of the main city. So, you know he went through the gate side and into the main city. So he's in the city proper somewhere. He did not stop at the
Alright,
at the house.
I'm just looking around in any like dark locations, except I know that's what he likes.
And I'm going to give you another advantage on your perception, because you did... I mean, I would think the alleyway where you laid out the eye emblem would probably come to mind as you're kind of ducking through looking for a place. So go ahead and roll another perception check to see if you can spot him as you're kind of going through town. Bar, you're kind of telling him, just kind of getting a glance of what's going on. And, alright. You get to Sprigget's shop, and you look down the first alleyway, you don't see him. And then you go to the other side of the alleyway, or, you know, the other side of the shop, and look down that alley, and there you see a figure slumped over.
Tazir?
Is he kind of? He's like on the ground, hugging his knees. He's like, just. And he looks over and sees you.
I kind of like. I cautiously approach. my friend. It's okay. You're good company now. No one's gonna mess with you again. And then I just reach onto my waist and hold out his wrecked sword hilt. If this belongs to you.
He like quickly takes it and like hugs it close to his chest. I lost control, Marcus. I
Happens
don't know
to
what
us
to
all.
do.
I extend my hand out for him to take. Just come with me, and we'll get you back to the inn. You can rest for the night.
Okay.
All right. So
He reaches up and takes his hand.
Yeah, and you guys kind of help each other, or you help him get towards the inn. Bar, make a new stealth check as they're coming out of the alleyway, and I'll allow you guys to roll perception.
It
I'm not
would
gonna
make a
see that.
difference.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see that.
I don't. Yeah. You might hit a 20. There's a 1 in 20. It's what, 5% chance? I mean, if you don't want to see him, it's fine. We could just keep going.
Yeah, close but no cigar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, close
Yeah.
witness.
Wow. You guys are like.
You two have been mimicking rolls.
I know,
like-
right? It's like that's another. All right, guys. Well, in that case, you kind of you start scooting them to the to the inn and everything. You see a couple patrons walking in and out of the inn, and I would say Fernberg and Bridget and Gideon would probably made it to the inn, so they're probably checking in right as soon as you two come in behind. Bar, you just noticed them, and I take it you're telling them all the way to the inn?
Yeah.
Alright. So...
I'm going, as they enter, I'm going to wait a few minutes.
Alright. And with that, we're going back to Gideon, Fernberg, and Bridget. So you come back to the inn. You guys already have rooms, or Fernberg and Bridget do. Are you guys getting a room for Gideon as well, or what's the situation?
I'd be paying
Yeah.
for my own room unless I see reason to not to.
Yeah, that's
Like
fine.
if Bar walks in and like taps me on the shoulder, like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, so he'll tell you 5 silver. And then you guys go ahead and deduct 10 silver for yesterday and today. Fernberg
Gideon.
and Bridget.
I'm gonna walk over to Gideon and sort of lean over, even though like I'm really battered. You mentioned Bar being behind bars. I remember we found flyers with your faces drawn on them. Have you got that sorted out, Gideon?
Bar usually handles those things. I just follow him around.
What was Bar in jail for?
Bar, what would you have told Gideon while you were in jail? Like, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be the truth. What would you have told him?
I made an official mad.
That's all
I'll
you
stick
know.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made someone mad that someone put him in jail.
Okay, you say someone. Someone strong like you, Gideon, powerful.
Not strong like me strong. Strong like makes people do things strong.
Okay. Remember, Gideon, we're a group now. We're the Huckleberry Corps. We need to look after one another. We've lost one member already. We have no idea where Tazir is. So if this is going to be a problem in the future that could hurt the rest of us, or even just you two, we need to look after each other, okay?
Gideon
Perfect.
doesn't know how to fix this.
It's alright. I'll speak to Bar when he comes back. And then I start taking off my leather armor and walk up to my room and start to like clean my wounds and hopefully get a rest in.
Alright, and yeah, right as you're about to check it all the way, you see Marcus and Tazir appear right as you're starting to go up the stairs.
My head flicks 180.
I finished. As I'm finishing.
Do we
paying
need to roll
for-
whiplash damage on that one?
Go ahead, Bridget. What were you saying?
As I finish paying for our rooms, I turn and I look at where Fernberg is looking, and I look as well.
Yeah, you see Marcus helping Tazir.
Is he still like
both of you?
clutching the sword hilt like closely to his chest? And he's not crying like anymore, but you can see like plainly from like how red, like not the magic red, but like just bloodshot his eyes are that he's been crying.
Bridget, I think this is more your area.
I'm going to go up to them, and I say, "Hey, you two. You kind of vanished on us a bit, Tazir.
Sorry about that, Bridget.
I'm
really,
sorry.
really sorry.
You took a really bad hit. It makes sense that you got freaked out."
It won't happen again though. I'll be fine from now on.
Well, we're looking out for you too, okay? It's not just Marcus, it's all of us.
Thanks, Bridget.
After that conversation, I'm going to come in.
And then you see Bar
Fernberg's
emerge.
gonna
Yeah, go ahead, Fernberg.
stomp down the stairs, sort of waddle over to Bar, like again in sort of like the same style I spoke to Gideon, just sort of lean closer. Gideon told me you angered some powerful man, perhaps some sort of noble. It's going to be
Yes.
a problem. This is something we can handle as a group.
It's
Sort
something
of
I
trouble.
can handle.
You alone can handle it.
Yes.
Did you have
Remember,
a name
we're
for
here
the?
as a group.
I'm sorry to cut you off there. Did you have a name
It's
for
all right.
the noble
Cutting,
by
cutting.
chance? Or
I
no?
did not
you leave it
think to
open? Okay, cool.
name her.
That's it. No, that's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna type some stuff for you, but go ahead, continue. I apologize.
Okay, Bar. Have faith in your ability. And attend towards Tazir, sort of give him a thumbs up. Good to see you back. And then walk up to the top. Now I
Tazir
clean my
looks-
wounds.
Tazir looks really confused that Funberg had that moment of like being nice to him. And then he just cracks a small smile.
Get in that long rest, y'all, because I'm hurt.
Woohoo.
There's you something to go
I
with. And
give them both a big smile and I follow up with them. And I also have a long rest after doing my nightly prayers, which are very important, especially after all of that.
all right. Anybody else doing anything special before they go to bed? And is there anything else we need to do?
Oh, I just pay for like Tazir's room and let him go do his thing.
All right. So Tazir, you're given a room to go into your trance. Marcus, you're getting your own room. It is
Yeah.
late at night, and with that, everybody's able to resolve the day, and nighttime comes. Nobody needs to make any wisdom checks or any scary checks, so welcome to the morning. At
You
this
can roll
point,
them hip die.
yep, no, you can get a full heal. And you can get your half your hit die back if
Oh,
you
yeah.
already spent them. Yep. This is a full rest. Not a short one, my friend. You're good here. So with that, you guys managed to kind of help Tierra. But at what cost? Let's see
She's
here.
pissed with us.
Mm,
about it.
Yeah, I do believe that is the consensus of those two. But that's something you guys can deal with when it comes up. What I would like to do now, let's see here. We've been running for what, 2.5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Yep.
want to pick up next week here, or I think this is a good stop. Or do
Yeah,
you
no,
wanna-
my eyes are like My eyes fucking hurt so much.
Is it playing that No Man's Sky too much?
Well, I was playing that, and then I was playing Yakuza 0 last night and didn't sleep till late.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat. I wasn't sure. Like, we had a rough start, and I know what it was. I was like, everybody's just tired. I know it is, because I'm in the same boat. But
Yeah.
things picked up as we got to the final scene. I just didn't want to rush that in case there was like any role playing that had to be done. And I don't know. That
Yeah.
might be my weakness or something. But I didn't want to rush through the story because there was a whole bunch of openings there that you guys could have taken. So I just wanted to see what you wanted to do. And if I seemed like I was dragging the story, I apologize. But other than that, I'll say that's a great session, guys.
That was so cool, everybody. Oh my god, I love us all so much.
So everybody having fun in this campaign?
Yeah,
Yeah, so far.
I actually got a couple things taken care of.
Yeah, you sure did. And I'll tell you those other things we need to take care of outside of this. So what I'll do now, if you guys want to hang around, we could chat about it for a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and close down the stream. I want to thank everybody that dropped by and watched our wacky adventure. Feel free to join us Sunday at 12 p.m. Central for our Time Lord Kingdom. They finally made it back home, guys. Whew! It was a long trip. They finally made it. They lost one, and then they gained one. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, actually, you lost two. So Paulo wound up leaving that campaign. And by the way, I didn't get to say this earlier, but Alamar is going to be leaving the campaign for a while because he's got a lot of real-life issues going on. And I hope he gets all that resolved. He's welcome to come back whenever he's got time, but he just hasn't been having the time to put into it. So I don't want to take that away from him because, real life kind of trumps things. But other than that, 12 p.m. Central on Sundays, 7 p.m. Central on Wednesdays, and hopefully when I get my laptop back, I'll be able to go back to doing some variety streaming. So look forward to that. But till then, I'll probably not be doing much of anything. But yeah, feel free to go ahead and say goodbye to Twitch chat.
Bye, everybody.
Johnny!
And with
Later.
that, do you hear the calling?